Hey all you cool cats and kittens, it's a Tuesday, ready for some hot news. I'm Brett and I'm going to guide you through the world. That is the tech news of the day. Are you ready? I hope you're ready, because you better buckle up, Buttercup. We're about to head for a journey. It's really not all that exciting, but let's do it anyways. Number one, more like number 21, is that we've got some information on Navi 21. Some code names have been decoded, and we've got information on what we could potentially call the next generation of Navi cards, including but not limited to the possibility of us having something along the lines of an RX 6900 XTX. Yes, not complacent to just give us an XT again. AMD's gonna give us a palindrome. XTX, that's what we need in this world. The Navi 21 XTX, the Navi 21 XT, XL, XE, XTA, XLA, and then Pro versions of all of those being listed in Navi code names coming out, with some indication that those will be corresponding to the highest end to the lowest end, XTX being what we would expect to be an RX 6900, and then the XE being akin to an RX 6600. In these code names, there's a couple of other interesting factors, such as the fact that there's no mobile GPUs listed, but also there's a list that would potentially give us a Navi 10 refresh. So Navi 10 XT Plus, Navi 10 XM Plus, and Navi 10 XTE Plus, replacing the 5700 XT, the 5600 mobile, and the 5600 XT, which would make it look like maybe freaking finally, AMD will move on from Polaris. That is, if we can just have Navi 10 be with us for the next 4 years, like we've had Polaris since, what was it? When did Polaris launch? 2017? It's been a long time. Was it 2016? I don't even remember. I could look it up. But my point is, regardless of the actual date, it's been a hot minute.
In there, it's in this beautiful...
since we've gotten anything in the mid-tier. And if AMD would give us Navi 10 as like the continuous factor of like, this is the new card, like a 5600 XT becomes the card that you buy for $100 used because it's been on the market forever, kind of like the 580 is now, I'd be totally happy with that. That's the general idea. So we've got listings of everything. We've talked about before how Navi is expected to be. If the RX 6900 XTX is the top tier, it would have a 505 square millimeter die. It would be likely 100%, if not more than that, faster than the 5700 XT based on both the die size as well as architectural improvements that AMD would make with RDNA 2. So it's just more indication that it is indeed coming. We talked about on Friday how, oh lordy, they come in September is the general time frame that we're looking at, and getting these code names is just kind of keeping everything on pace. Consistent leaks and rumors until the things finally launch, keeping your hype chimneys all rustled up. So Navi 21 and Navi 10 refresh. But AMD is not the only company refreshing stuff. NVIDIA deciding they're gonna refresh the ray tracing algorithm behind ray tracing. NVIDIA putting out a promotional video for what they're calling ReSTIR, or spatio-temporal reservoir resampling for real-time ray tracing with dynamic direct lighting, basically making it so that there's an algorithm that can handle ray tracing and do it more effectively than is out right now, with only 8 rays per pixel, which should be more efficient, and it can run anywhere between 6 and 60 times faster than the current algorithm used for ray tracing. So more realistic lighting, but of course they have to use a demo that basically looks like it's straight out of 2009. I mean, this, if you told me this was Half-Life, I would believe you, because it may indeed be Half-Life, but I've never played the games, so I can't. Like, it looks like Half-Life.
How dare you?
Right? Just looks like the Source engine. Am I wrong?
No.
Okay, that's what I thought. And you know what the creator of Linux thinks? Linus Torvalds, however you want to say it. I prefer Linus just to make everybody mad. Well, he switched to Ryzen. His first upgrade in 7 years, switching from Intel. He is now on a Threadripper 3970X, which seems to be a fan favorite. And when I say 7 years, I meant 15 years. So in case you need to decide, is Intel or AMD better? Well, now you need to bring Linux into the conversation, because of course you do. Of course we need those fanboys crossing worlds and creating a havoc of just a train wreck of comments. I appreciate.
They were there already.
They were there already. It's all coming together. Just go ahead and Linux fanboy to your heart's content down below in the comments. But the YouTuber known as Look Mum No Computer, to his heart's content, decided to take a Nintendo Power Glove and turn it into a synthesizer robot hand. So he made it so that the fingers, when they wiggle, control a modular synth. It's a wicked video. Watch it. Go watch the video. I'll leave a link in the video description. Go check it out. And speaking of wicked, what's more wicked than earning a huge paycheck for sitting at home doing virtual racing when you're a normal race car driver, but then finding out, oh, hey, you weren't actually driving the race car. You paid some other professional driver to do it in your stead. And the reason they know that was because your performance was so abysmal when you were driving that when somebody else was driving and they came in 4th place, that was a huge red flag. You're so pathetic that performing well is a huge indicator that you're cheating, which is what happened to a Formula E racer. The Formula E Audi driver, Daniel Abt, has been disqualified and fined 10,000 euros for using a professional eSims racer in his place. They found out because they could track the fact that it was a completely different IP. The driver came out and said he would like to apologize, and he didn't take it as seriously as he should have. Everybody doesn't have sports right now, and you're deciding to cheat. What is this, the Super Bowl with Deflategate? Huh? You're gonna deflate the footballs next? You're gonna deflate the tires on your other racers' virtual cars? Tom Brady would totally do that. He would make it so that they couldn't, like, just add an extra rubber band to change the tension on the driving car. Anyways, I don't know why I went into Tom Brady salt, but I did. And if you're salty about Intel's new 10th gen lineup, well, this next article won't make you more salty, so that's good. But Der Bauer came out with a video where he delidded the 10900K and gave us some interesting measurements regarding it, basically confirming the fact that Intel did change everything that they said they did, such as the die height as well as the IHS thickness. And what we can see is that they elongated the boy. 10900K is a long boy. It has the same width, but it's longer. And essentially the general idea is that Intel would not be able to give us more cores unless they cut out the iGPU, to which I say, why the hell wouldn't you do that? Nobody wants the iGPU on the freaking 10 core anyways. AMD's getting by without giving that to us on all of them. All of AMD's processors don't have an iGPU unless you're buying the G series. So why does Intel need to do it? Just get rid of it. Okay, you do it on the F series anyways. It's not like they're not already doing it. So why wouldn't they just do it? I don't understand. Just get rid of it. It's not that, what? I guess it got me a little salty. Sorry.
A little bit.
10 series makes me a little salty. But you know what doesn't make me salty? Budget stuff. And Xiaomi looks to be entering into the budget gaming monitor setup. And by gaming monitor, I just mean regular monitor. Everything's gaming when you're a gamer. But they look to be launching the new Redmi Monitor 1A, which is going to be a 1080p 24-inch IPS, 250 nits brightness, 60 hertz refresh rate at a budget price point of $86. However, that's not as good of a value as the best budget value gaming monitor that we reviewed in a previous video. You can check it out right up there, which goes for about $80 and is 1080p, but has a 75 hertz refresh rate with a 4 millisecond response time. So the Redmi monitor for $86, not a bad price, and it actually looks really good without the bezels. It's very minimalistic. It's just not. But you know what else is minimalistic? Failure.
Oh?
Yeah, because then you don't have to deal with anything. You just messed it up, it's gone. It's very minimal, which is what Virgin Orbit's dealing with now. We talked about how they had to delay the Virgin Orbit test flight. Well, turns out yesterday something went wrong with the actual test flight. It didn't exactly go horribly, but the launcher one got released from the airplane. However, then they said that an anomaly then occurred early in the first stage flight, and they're going to be analyzing the data, but they didn't actually have a successful flight with it, which makes sense. Nobody died though, so that's a win. But while nobody has died from the making of Star Citizens, people have died for how long it's taken. Just of natural causes, like people have gone, because Star Citizen has taken forever. And if you want to see what the hell has taken so long, it's free to play until June 2nd.
Really?
Yeah, there's a free fly event going on right now, in case you want to know why this is just going to go on forever and ever and ever. And will my segue ever end? Well, it might end just like the previous HTC CEO ended his tenure at HTC to start a new VR company called XRSPACE or XRSPACE. I think the word Xur is a bit better. And they were a startup, get this, that said that they will revolutionize the current gimmicky lonely and complicated VR experience. Well, they've announced their first product known as the XRSPACE Mova. And I mean, it doesn't look terribly complicated and it doesn't look terribly lonely because it's supposed to be very social, but it does look super gimmicky. So basically, I don't know the exact specifics, but you're supposed to wear this while you're out and about and it'll be augmented reality. But essentially, once you put it on, it looks like The Sims or Second Life. And you're supposed to do it in VR or AR. This is the most gimmicky bullcrap I've ever heard. So not only is HTC's regular VR sector going down, apparently HTC's CEO, who started another startup, is also going down. HTC, you're falling apart, man. Get your crap together. Whew! And I'm gonna get my crap together and put it in my ears. This is a segue to the OnePlus Buds. That should be launching in July. OnePlus coming out with an AirPods competitor. I'm sorry, that was bad. I should have saved the crap segue for talking about the Motorola Razr and talking about the fact that the Lenovo representative in South Africa leaked the fact that there's going to be a refresh sometime in September, Motorola Razr 2, which, after being in the tech industry in South Africa, I can tell you their mouths are leaky sieves. They just don't. They have no semblance of a freaking NDA. Like, they'll tell you everything. And then it was on me to not violate NDA all of the time. They were just like, oh yeah, we're gonna get Z370 here, and then Z390 is gonna launch next year. And I was like, but we don't even have Z270. What the heck? I'm not sure I'm supposed to know this. And you gave me the exact dates. And now I have to shut my mouth. Thank you, South Africa. Thank you, Motorola Razr 2. But you don't have to shut your mouth anymore if you want to buy stuff, because Google Assistant is testing authorizing payments with your voice. This is going to be a opt-in program, but you can be authorizing payments with Voice Match, and you can make purchases through Google Play's digital goods, which now there's going to be more digital goods on Android TV through the Play Store, because Google says that they want to integrate it so it's easier for you to sign up for subscriptions on things like Disney Plus or Hulu through their Play Store, which is bullcrap. They're just saying, hey, we need a cut of that revenue pie, so sign up through us and then we get some of that. So do that. Because don't sign up anywhere else. We need more of that money. And YouTube just needs more money all around. So they're beta testing right now, integrating Google search results into YouTube searches. How much do you hate this? That's exactly how I felt. I don't like this at all. Like, I'm okay with YouTube results in Google because Google's a directory for other websites. YouTube is for the videos, and if you link me to an article, I'm gonna just lose my crap. I'm this close to being over the edge. Which, space, it's kind of the edge of everything. It's the final frontier, right? That's the general idea. Well, according to this Ars Technica article, on the moon, astronaut pee will be a hot commodity because urea is a great combination to make a geopolymer, which you can make buildings out of. So you mix it with moon dust. So you pee, right? Then you filter it out. You get the urea, and then you use that with the moon dust. And then you create an igloo.
All my buildings be made out of pee?
Yes. Astronaut pee, hot commodity. I mean, even here on Earth, I'm sure there's a market for that.
Hate this.
You can't tell me that NASA scientists haven't studied astronauts' pees after they've returned to Earth. Can't tell me that hasn't happened. I bet you it happened. I bet you there's a study done on it. And I bet you one of you is going to link it down below. And while you're down there, why don't you get subscribed? Why don't you hit that like button? Because you enjoyed this episode of Hot News. And I'm done!
I believe you.
Turn it off!
How long are you going to hold that for?
Until you turn the camera off, Reece!
I'm just stretching.
I'm going to masticate you.